What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the Brays Place channel. Thank you guys so much for the recent support on my last video. Yeah, this is the second Saturday in the row we are posting. This is going to be a banger. This is actually a suggestion. This is a viewer that suggested this, and I love this idea. So we're gonna go through it. I'm actually gonna do this with a couple other vehicles probably as well in the future. So we're gonna be comparing all generations of the Honda CR-V in the game. So let's get right into it with number 1, 2001 Honda CR-V. Alright, so here it is in all its glory. This is a beautiful, kind of a beige color. This is more like a base trim. You can see we have like the plastic bumpers. We just look at that nice chrome accent though. We do have, of course, the plastic, and then we have the older kind of wheel designs, but I do quite like them. And this does have updated turn signals in the front as well. And I just quite like the design, the blocky design that this one had. Especially compared to the new design. I mean, I love the new design, but this one's really cool. And look at like the little aerial. Oh my god, I love that. It's so quirky. I just love it. And you could definitely see where they had the style. Like, it's still maintained to have the style. Like, those taillights at the back, like, they still tie into the generations that today, which is crazy. And one of my favorite things about the older CR-V is the wheel. I mean, you can't go wrong with the wheel. I love it. It has like a little name on it there. I just love it so much. And just, yeah, basically the design is... That was the design at this time. Anyway, we'll hop in. Here's your startup. Signals for the back, as well as the front of the vehicle. Here are your headlights, as well as the running lights in the back. Your high beams, very bright. Running lights in the back, of course, on the side. This does not have fog lights equipped. Here's your horn. A little loud. Anyway, let's take this for a drive. Now, first of all, you can kind of notice these three little buckets on the roof to kind of make it more look rugged. I just noticed that there now, and I love that. I actually have not driven this model of CR-V in the game till now. I didn't really know much about this one, to be truthfully honest with you guys. And here I just missed my turn. I'm gonna kind of have to go around the neighborhood here, guys. Sorry about that. We're just taking a little bit of a detour. No need to worry. Yeah. But yeah, this design, I never really drove it in the game. I had like the 21, because that was the one that was there at the time when I joined the game, and then I bought like the 16 because I really like the look of it, which we'll be going on later, so stay tuned. But yeah, I really do enjoy the fact that you can, like, this does have like the rugged plastics, but you can get this one in like a body color, which is like the special edition. So if you do want for the plastic, you can get that kind of sportier, luxurious trim. And it does have updated lighting, like I showed you earlier, so it's definitely great. Here's 111 to top speed. Here's the braking. Alright, on to the next generation. Right, so here we are with our first side-by-side comparison. Now we're going to be comparing the 14 on the left to the 16 on the right. So, first of all, we're going to take a look at the 14, of course. We're going to go in order. Now, the 14 has the older style headlamps, and the DRL running lights are like the orange amber there, as you can see, is the turn signal. It's the design of this I really liked, but when they updated it in 2016, I was like, okay, wow. So yeah, this is more like an LED. Daytime running lights are going to go up all the way around, but they both have like the lights going into the grille there. They still kept that around, which I really do like the look of it. And one thing that I will point out is that this one, the 16 is a top trim, touring or EXL, and the other one is a base. So you are going to notice you have fog on something out on the other. The side is pretty much the same, except this is a base. Of course, you're going to have a little bit of a different. You are going to get different wheel designs, of course. Now, the back has slight changes, not crazy. You can kind of see the rear taillight design and how the chrome is being like brought into the light. Basically, the design of the light is a little bit different, like the interior design. You see the back is black there with the chrome. As you can see, it's a little bit different. And then on this side, we have a huge chrome bar that goes across. And same with our bottom, like our reflectors at the bottom. They're placed a little bit differently on both, a little bit more higher on the 16. Plus we have crossbars on the 16 with like roof rails. But let's go take the 14 for a drive. All right, we'll hop in, start it up. Just this for the back as well as the front, of course. Your headlights, as running lights in the back. Your high beams. Your horn. All right, let's go for a drive. All right, so pulling off. This is my favorite generation of the CRV. I mean, I love the new one, like the 2023. It's actually probably my favorite. But this one's the one that I fell in love with at first. I'll just that pull. Just going to ignore that. I'm kind of renting this car for this video, so it's not my personal one in my garage. So I'm just gonna hide that from the insurance. Anyway, let's just forget about that. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so what do you guys think of the color? I tried to go for like more of a beige to kind of like give you more of an idea from like the first one. This is like the really big design change. Of course, we're missing a generation. They kind of brought out this more kind of like curved design language compared to the more boxy design language. It changed a lot. Automakers were making these more kind of like curved designs, but Honda definitely did a good job. And the backlights are bold, but they look very nice. Top speed of 122. Of course, it cruise horsepower. Here is your braking. Very good, actually. Very, very good. All right, let's hop in the 16 and take it for a drive. Here's your startup. Very similar sound. Turns this to the back as well as the front, of course. Park the 14 over there. Here's your headlights for the front, a little bit more fancy and refined, as well as running that to the back. Your high beams, you see they come on there. Same in the back. And this one does have fog lights equipped down below to help you light up the road when it's foggy. Here's your horn. Alright, let's go for a drive. Now this one has the crossbars, and I have like a fetish for crossbars. I don't know why. But when I just them on a car, I just fall in love. I don't understand why. Can any of you in the comments like have that? It's just really weird. Anyway, this is like my favorite generation. I love when they when manufacturers do like, or car companies do like refreshes. This is my favorite. This is my favorite like refresh for a car, definitely. Now I love the last generation, the first generation that we just did. That generation, not the first generation, but the first generation of this look that we just did, I really like. But when they updated it like this, it looked so cool. This is the EXL trim, like I said earlier, but it has the touring wheels, so it really makes it look upscale. And I really do like this color. It's almost like a tealy blue. It's very, very nice. Similar horsepower. We're going to have a little bit slower top speed though. Here's your braking. Alright, on to the next. So I brought back out the 14 to compare to this newer body style 19. And this was featured in my top 5 best compact SUVs, which did incredibly well, and I thank everybody for all the support on that video. But anyway, let's dive right in with comparing these. Alright, of course, on the 14, similar body style that we just went over, more kind of roundish, and Honda kind of went back to their more boxy, but still kind of maintained that roundish look. It looks more kind of like mean in the market. Same with kind of RAV4 went with that. It was kind of more like rounded and went more kind of mean. And I do love these wheels. They're definitely a step in like the more modern direction. I really do like the LED lights compared to those. They make it look so much more like higher class. We do have like the Honda safety sense down there in the bumper, which is quite cool to see. I do have my CRV badge. This is my personal one that I drive in my garage. I'm not renting it. I didn't hit a pole with it. Yeah, so this one does have the crossbar as well. This is the Ivy trim, and on this side you can see, of course, the more roundish look. Not as like more sophisticated body lines, as you can see on the back there. Big difference. This is the first generation on the 19 where they kind of like brought in the headlights in the kind of like an L shape instead of just kind of coming like flat down on the sides, which I think really enhances it and makes it look more sophisticated. And this one is the Ivy trim, so you get the Ivy badge and a tow hitch, which is very nice. This is probably, like, oh, I love the LEDs too. This is probably my favorite kind of CRV generation. It looks so sophisticated, and when I think of the interior, like all the wood and everything, it looks so nice. It's definitely a big jump from the other generation, and especially styling-wise. Alright, we're gonna hop in and go for a drive. Here's a startup. This of the back, of course, as well as the front slim and trim. The mirrors too, as you can see. Headlights, which are like, if you get really close, they're like all like these little individual lines. And there's your daytime running lights turned on, and there's your running lights on the back with the signals, of course. Here are your high beams, which ring it all, as well as at the back. And this one does have the fog lights down below. Really helps you illuminate the road in front of you, of course, when it's foggy. Alright, let's go for a drive in the 19 CRV. Alright, when this came out in 2017, I was a little bit controversial on the design when I saw it on the roads. I was like, ooh, that's the new CRV. I really like it, but I'm just not sure about it. But over time, it really grew on me, and now it's one of my favorite compact SUVs. Let me know down below what you think of the design when you first saw it in 2017, when it first came out. I was kind of like, oh my god. Like, I'm not sure if I like it or not, because I was so used to the last generation having more kind of like a roundish design, but this kind of morphs the original to this, and I think I really appreciate the manufacturers like can try and bring back some like the older styling, like Toyota did with the brand new Grand Highlander there. It really reminds me of the older Highlander, and I really like that they're doing that. Automakers are doing that. Now, we're going to see if this one's a little bit more pep than the 16, because the 16 has a little bit more horsepower than the 14. So we're going to go up here and we're going to see if it's going to have more horsepower. Okay, yes, we are getting there. 125, so we do 125, 126, we do see a spec boost in horsepower. Here's your braking. A little bit worse in the braking. Alright, so I got a different trim of the 19 to compare to the 21. The 21's not as updated, but you can still shows you like the refreshed design. Now, going to look at these in profile, they are looking similar, but you can definitely tell the differences. The new one is kind of more of a like sleek. It's more kind of like a black. It's more kind of like gloss black than chrome, which I kind of like, and I really do like. On the new one, like this new kind of like area down here, how like the chrome kind of like flows and goes up, whereas in this one doesn't have that. It's just kind of like a body line. This does have like a line LED, whereas this one just that one on the higher trims, it just has like a circular fog lamp. You could see same kind of like LEDs, but the headlight design has been revamped, the interior design of the headlight. And you can see you just have that one silver chrome bar, as well as that one has a whole bunch. Different wheel designs, of course, on both. Now, on the back, you're going to notice a little bit lighter light. Here's a darker light on the back, of course. Here, also, lighting is a little bit more prominent on the 21. And your rear bumper is a little bit different with your reflectors and, like, silver kind of area there. So we are going to see, like, minor changes, but they are still nice changes. It's like the labels like all in chrome there, whereas the other one has like black around it. So that's also something to like pay attention to. But the little details are the ones that count, you know? Anyway, we'll hop in. See that mirror's kind of outdated there. This one needs to be updated, the 21. And we need the 23. This is a hybrid, so you're not going to get much sound, but I do like that. I love the hybrid. Just for the back as well as the front, of course. Very slim and trim like the 19. There's your front headlights as well. This one does not have the high beams. Here's your horn. Alright, let's go for a drive in the 21 now. We are at the max of CRVs in Greenville now. This is the top dog. This is the one that is the newest. Now, I really want the 23 to come, because the 23 is my favorite. Just the design. I love it so much. Like, come on. Anyway, comment down below if you want the new CRV to come. I made a video where I wanted that to come to Greenville. Let me know. This This one's a lot more peppy, but we're losing some speed. So 119 is the top. Here's your braking. The braking is a lot better though. It's something to think about. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for next week and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Brays Place fam. I don't know how much it means to me. Without further ado, it's from Brays Place and peace out.